Hello, event rental professional Susanna, and I'm back from the American Rental Show. It was in Orlando a couple weeks ago, but I'm back up in Canada now, and it was a great week there. I know the show is not a full week, but I book a full week. I've got to travel there, I've got to travel back, and I tack on a few days on either end for my own vacation time. Why not? I'm already on the road, right? So what this show is, it brings together industry leaders, it brings together, industry professionals, and it puts everybody under one roof, which, is hard to do, but they do it once a year and they do it very well. So bringing all the exhibitors and the industry leaders and all the business owners together from pretty much mostly North America, some from Europe I've come across as well, gives you the opportunity to really talk to other people that understand your business, because other business owners that you come across at networking events, they don't necessarily understand rentals, right? It's not the same game. So we visited most booths and we checked out a lot of really great rental products. Now, are we going to buy them all? No, because there is a budget. However, it does spark a little bit of creativity and ideas as to, okay, where are we going in the next 12 months? And what is it that I can invest in for this coming year? Because you just can't buy everything unless you're infinitely wealthy, right? And we're not all in that position. So we've got to go in with a plan. If you're Canadian, there is a CRA, the Canadian Rental Association as well. And on the show floor, you're going to find, those booths as well. And they're typically quite large, so you can't miss them, and they're quite colorful. So it's lovely to find. So let's go over a couple of the benefits of attending the American Rental Show. There's great networking opportunities. You have the ability to connect with fellow professionals. You have the ability to connect with manufacturers and industry experts. Building these relationships is kind of important. It's not that you necessarily need them on a day-to-day. However, when you need something, though, then at least you know where to go. If you know what business or what vendor has what you may need in the future, it's a lot easier to find. And you have built that relationship by repeatedly attending the shows or having stayed in contact with them either through email or through social media. I mean, those are great ways to follow along, right? And some of those become lasting relationships, and they can extend very easily beyond the rental show itself. Another thing is insights. So like insights in the industry. So the seminars and the workshops, they're led by top industry experts. There's also seminars that are not necessarily to one specific industry, but it's for any business. So, it's a little bit more broad, but that doesn't mean it's not valuable, because it still is. There's a ton of aspects in the event rental business that are not necessarily just for event rentals, right? I mean, HR issues or, trends and things like that, that is across the globe. It's not just in our own industry. Some of the sessions will have accompanying PDFs, so download those in the ARA show app. They are there as well. So, these are things that get you self-prepared before you get there, right? The information range is quite big, so choose wisely. There's multiple sessions to choose from in each time slot, so you're not pigeonholed into one particular topic for everybody, because it's just not possible. So the product showcases that you'll see all over the show floor, they're typically bringing you their newest, their latest, their greatest, and their top sellers, right? And you can have time to zip through the show. I personally, day one, I zip through the show and I talk to the people that for sure that is, my pre-planned. And then there's other ones that I'll stop at and I said, hey, this is different, or I haven't seen this before. I will stop. If they are a really busy booth, I will go back on the next day when it is significantly quieter, and I will go back and talk to them then. To do that, though, I have to take a note of their booth number and their company name so I know where to go find them, because the floor is big. You don't want to have to walk all of that all over again, right? And then, you can learn about all the new products firsthand right there on the show floor. Some of them will share, market trends. Some of them will share new features. It just depends on the booth, right? Another thing is the marketing trends, learning about the emerging trends and shifts within the rental landscape or industry, and it's understanding the market dynamics. It's kind of key. Making an informed decision as to, that can positively impact your bottom line, of course, is great. However, not every area has the same demands. So you need to really know your target market before you go, right? There's just certain things for sure that probably will rent really easily and very well in a higher revenue zone like Hollywood in LA, but those things won't rent well in Ottawa, Canada. The demographic is different. Our weather is different. There's so many factors to consider. So, you want to be really up to date on your own market, right? So you're not be getting sucked into a trend that won't sell or won't be popular in your area. The education opportunities are great. So again, the sessions that are offered, there's multiple sessions offered in every time slot, and there's several of them, 4 I think in a day to attend. So pick wisely which one you want to go. If you're going as part of a group or a team, you either go together, or best bang for your buck is split your team up, and everyone picks a different session to go to, take the notes and compare notes at the end of the day. This boosts knowledge, this boosts skills, and the more we can learn, the easier business can be, right? And let's talk about a few of the great tips for attending the show. So if you're already paid and you've invested the travel money, the show money, like the attending fee, like tickets, the hotel, these are all expenses in one aspect. However, but it's also an investment. And the reason I say that is that it's an investment in you. It's an investment in your business, because new ideas, growth doesn't happen when you're sitting in the corner by yourself. And it's not typically how that works. So it's when you have this outlay of cash, plan ahead. Before attending, review the vendors that are going to be there, the exhibitor list, and the agenda of events, and the agenda of the education sessions, as well as the certification exams that are being offered, because the ARA offers a variety of certifications as well, whether it's for business owners or for employees. They have both, so it's a great thing to check out. The app, I live by the app because it's worth it. You can keep yourself organized. You can keep yourself on schedule. The shuttle bus service has live tracking inside the app, so you know exactly where your shuttle bus is between the hotel and the convention center. It's very well organized that way. Actively networking, of course, bring business cards, take advantage of networking opportunities by introducing yourself to other attendees and engaging meaningfully with conversations, of course, whether it's at the regional receptions or at the booths, because networking is not just peer-to-peer. it could also be with vendors, right? At the regional receptions, though, that's just people in your in your area, let's say. Region 10, I'm Canadian, so I'm in Region 10. All of Canada is unfortunately in one region, and it's in Region 10. However, there's the rest of the United States has 8 or 9 other regions, so they're all grouped by a few states that are grouped together. So you have a great opportunity to meet people potentially even in your same city that you can collaborate with, subrent from, maybe do a joint partnership on some larger jobs. You just never know, right? Maybe they have product you don't want to ever carry, but once in a while you get a request. Now you know where you can go rent it to be able to offer it to your customer, and making you look good, and not having the customer have to go get it themselves, right? You have already enough of an order from them to warrant going to go pick that up. Anyways, it's an idea. At the show, as well as the seminars, dress comfortably. Comfortable shoes are really essential because you're walking. The show floor is big. The convention center is very big. So you are walking a lot. You are probably going to walk around, 15,000 steps. So in heels, not recommended from me, but it's up to you if you're a woman. But often I'm just gonna lay it on the line, and nobody's really dressed up there. It's jeans and business casual jeans or pants and, a jacket. I typically wear a jacket there because I'm always cold. It's so cold. The AC being pumped in is crazy, and I'm cold very easily, so I go in layers, which is why I recommend that. There's very few people that are hot on the floor, but of course there's always one, right? So great thing to always remember is to take notes. You carry a tiny notebook, whether, personally I use a really small notebook because it fits in my purse. I pick one up at the dollar stores, wherever. It's very cheap, inexpensive, easy to carry around. And what I use that notebook for is when I'm on the floor, that's when I'm making notes of certain products I may want to go back and look at, booths that I want to revisit that are too busy, product that I would like to potentially add to product that I have already. Maybe I already have product from that company, but they have something new and I want to go back and take a look at that again when it is less crazy. So these are all things that I look at. And also some of them will have signs up for all the product that's in their booth is for sale at the end of the show. So if there's product in that booth, write that down too, because finding that booth later is very difficult. And also make notes of all the people that you would like to connect with once you're back home. Because maybe you don't want to connect with them there, but maybe you would like to connect with them when you're back home. And this allows you to really set yourself up to be able to do your follow-ups after the show. And you can do that through, making calls, email, or follow them on social media, just so that you can stay up to date on their new offerings. This way, that will help you be prepared for the show after that. So, and as of course, like I mentioned, some booths will sell their product. So if you're driving there, this is a great opportunity to be able to buy right from the show floor. You go back on Wednesday at 1:00, you go pick up whatever it is you bought. You scored yourself a great deal or great discount. So that's always nice on the bottom line for your own business. And the ARA show usually also offers an evening of fun. You buy tickets for that as well. In Orlando, it is at Universal typically. And what they do is they sell you the ticket, they bus you there, they bus you back to your hotel, and then you are in the park, which is closed to the public. It's not the entire park, but there's a section of the park. The last time I went to that, it was the Harry Potter side. That side was closed to the public, and it was open just for ARA attendees, which means there was no lineups at any of the rides, which is fantastic. You can buy as many tickets typically as you like. Do buy them early because they often sell out. And while you're walking around in the closed Universal to the public area, there are stations with snack foods and, finger food set up. And I believe you get a couple of drink tickets as well. This year I had to miss it, which is a shame, but I've gone all the other years because it is just fantastic because I like rides and I hate waiting in line. So this is my way around it. So always keep in mind, this is not necessarily an expense. You want to think about it as an investment. And if it's an investment, it deserves your attention. You need to be able to give it time and attention so that you can go in prepared. Now, you missed this year's show, no big problem. Next year, it's in New Orleans, so start planning now. The reason I say that is start putting some money aside if you're a small business to be able to attend next year. The hotels, you can book them now. Of course, you can still cancel them later without a fee. You can read it in the fine print. Book your hotels now so that you get a cheaper price. Hotel fees do go up, and the most popular hotels do sell out. The tickets for the show don't actually go on sale until the fall. However, start planning for that now. Buy them as soon as they're released because, of course, that is the cheapest price point. Again, if you want to be cost effective, buy early. And then you'll have to figure out your transportation, how to get there, right? For me, it's been great. We typically go every year. And I just highly recommend book your hotel now. Wait for the tickets to go on sale. Book them. Book your flights if need to. Closer, a little later in the year. And of course, take advantage of booking the hotels that are on their list, because those hotels or host hotels, they have a shuttle that stops typically right in front of the door of the hotel, takes you to the convention center. So Let's say all of the hotels are sold out. Look at that list anyway and pick a hotel next door so you can walk next door to the hotel that is on the list and grab the shuttle there. You don't need to actually stay at the hotel to take the shuttle because you just need your registration badge. Wear it and you can get on and off any shuttle you wish. Hopefully this is helpful so you can plan ahead for next year, and I look forward to meeting more of you at the show next year because it's such a great event. Take care. Make it a great day.